Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is a special one because today I will be sharing with you the first draft of the first chapter of my Project Prehistorica novel, emphasis on the first draft. Saying that, you are welcome to criticize, for this is by no means perfect. If you feel like something should be added, removed, or changed, please let me know and I will try my best to work it into the final draft. I would like to make my first novel the best it can be, so your support would be very much appreciated. With that said, if you find yourself enjoying this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. But without further ado, let's get into the first draft of the first chapter of my very first novel. Project Prehistorica, Chapter 1. Anyone can achieve greatness if they put their mind to it, but only one man can accomplish a feat unlike any other. Dr. Robert Redwood is a scientist in his early 30s who lives in the small town of Eastview, Massachusetts in the year 2033. Robert has a big dream, a dream that could change humanity as we know it. He wants to create a world where prehistoric creatures from various ecological eras can coexist with one another in a flourishing ecosystem. He had just put the finishing touches in building a functional time machine and was preparing to travel to the past. Then he paused for a moment, thinking about his former best friend Hiram Lincoln, whom he had a falling out with a couple of months earlier. The two used to be best friends since they were kids, and they both shared the same dream of creating a flourishing ecosystem. Robert and Hiram both talked about it for years until one day they decided to make it happen. First, they needed to find a suitable planet for the creatures to live on. They eventually found an Earth-like planet called Magnus, or the Great Planet. The next step was to build a stable time machine that could take them to the ecological eras. It took the two scientists several years to perfect the time machine, and Hiram began to question whether or not the experiment was even possible. "Robert, are you sure you know what you're doing?" asked Hiram. "Nothing like this has ever been attempted." However, Robert refused to give up. "Just keep trying, Hiram. With the proper mindset, we can accomplish anything," he replied. After many failed attempts, the two finally finished building the machine. Now for the tricky part, getting it to run, which was no easy task. However, Robert was determined to make his dream a reality and kept trying. After many failed attempts, the two scientists somehow managed to operate the first ever time machine. "It works!" Robert exclaimed. "Well, I'll be a Gigantopithecus's uncle," Hiram replied. The two scientists then agreed that one of them should test it to see if it really works. "Robert, would you do the honors of testing out what could be a major breakthrough?" Hiram asked his friend. "I would be honored to," he answered. Robert was excited. His dream was about to come true, and it was all thanks to the two friends. He looked back at Hiram, who nodded his head in approval before he took a big gulp and went into the portal. The portal took him to the Cretaceous period 65 million years ago, when the Tyrannosaurus Rex ruled the Earth. Just as a test, Robert decided to bring back a baby Triceratops, much to the dismay of the mother. When he returned with the specimen, he showed it to Hiram, who was amazed to see a baby dinosaur up close. Everything was going well until it happened. Robert was about to transport the creature to the planet when Hiram stopped him. "Do you have any idea what we have here?" he asked. "Yeah, a test subject for our experiment," Robert answered. "That and a living, breathing dinosaur," Hiram explained. "Think of all the possibilities and the money we could make off of this discovery." "I'm not following you," Robert replied, very confused. "I was thinking that we could militarize and turn the creature into a war machine," Hiram continued. Imagine militarized dinosaurs that can be utilized in wars. How powerful and dominant we could become. Robert was getting a little upset. You mean you only agreed to do this project for power? He asked. Now you're getting it, Hiram answered with a sinister grin. Join me, Redwood, and together we could become the two most powerful men in the world. Robert was speechless. He didn't know what to say. So, Robert, asked Hiram, are you in or out? My dream was to build a vast ecosystem, not world domination, Robert replied. I can't do it. I won't do it. Well, in that case, I'm taking the Triceratops with me. And Hiram began to run off with the specimen. Robert chased after him, and the two got into a fist fight. Robert won the fight and walked over to Hiram, who was on the ground. Hiram, he said as he grabbed the baby Triceratops from his former best friend, you are officially off this project as of now. Fine, Hiram replied as he began to walk away. Then he turned around and said, we are officially no longer friends as of now, before disappearing. Robert was silent and depressed for the rest of the day as he continued to make modifications to the time machine. 2 months later, and Robert was ready to travel to different periods, bring the specimens to present day, and then transport them to Magnus. Before going through the portal, he thought about his former best friend and how they were supposed to do this project together. Hiram, I hope you're all right wherever you are, he thought to himself before entering the portal into another time period. And that was the first draft of the first chapter of my very first novel. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below, and let me know if you have any criticisms about this chapter. Other than that, if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. And until next time, I will see you guys in the next one.